has not been so easy, especially in school. But with time, I got used to it slowly by slowly, by the help of parents and my fellow colleagues who knows about the disease. Yeah. So I can say it has not been that tough or that easy. Yeah. When you are sick, you can't go to school. That's why you miss a lot of lessons, yeah. And when you're in pain, you can't even tell somebody, oh, please just do this. You can't even, yeah. So that you miss a lot. We normally call them crises, which are joint pains, abdomen and chest pains. I'm encouraging them to live on, just be on the positive side, don't be on the negative side. Whatever people say about you, let them say about you. But in other words, you know what you are going. You are not, a sickler is not somebody who is going to die the next minute. It's just like a malaria.
Primary school, it was just normal, but secondary, there was a lot of stigma. Like they know you have sickle cell. They start telling you, oh, when you reach 18, you're going to die. So, there's that stigma. Then you're like, when I reach 18, I'm not going to be alive. But then I kept going, 18, 19. That's when I talked to my doctor. I knew a lot about sickle cell, though I was not ready to come out. So I went to college, but I was positive. I started being positive. I went to college. I started working. I did a few jobs, certain companies. Then I decided to come out and join the people of the foundation so that I can encourage the youth to come out. And those parents who have children with sickle cell, they're like, they deny their children have sickle cell and what. Me, I take hydroxyurea and folic acid. Folic acid for 1 tablet, it's 1 shilling. But hydroxyurea, it's around 2,000. There are tablets for 3 months. Yeah, it comes in a bottle of 100 tablets. So I usually take 1 daily, and even folic acid. Support from people also helps. Yeah, but what I can say is I'd like to thank my parents because they helped me go through this and get the medication. Mostly my wish is if we'd have like district sickle cell centers, so that if you're going out there, maybe I'm going somewhere like Nyeri where they don't know about sickle cell because it's mostly in Nyanza areas. At least if I go there, I'll be comfortable. I'll know they know about sickle cell. There's a center, so if I get a crisis, I just walk in, I'm given maybe a drip, antibiotic and a Panadol, a few hours, and I'm good to go. If it's not serious, you don't have to be admitted.
I came to know about his condition 3 months after birth because he used to cry a lot. And I didn't know the problem, although when I was expecting, my condition was not that good. I would have blood clotting, pains. At times it was threatening. It's like I was going to have a miscarriage. And I remember the doctor I was seeing, he said, he didn't tell me the condition by then, but he just told me that my husband and I, we can't have children. And he didn't explain. And so I was just put under treatment till when I gave birth. Still I didn't know. When I took him to the clinic, still I didn't know the condition. But after the 3 months, when he was crying a lot and I explained to the doctor, I remember they did a checkup, and that's when I knew he was a sickle cell. And I didn't know anything about sickle cell. So they had to explain to me what sickle cell was, how I can go about it, how I can take care of him, and so on. The doctor was telling me he might not go up to 10 years, but he's still there. And I thank God for that, because I just followed whatever they told me to do about it. I would appeal to the government at least to make it known, because just the way we have the AIDS campaign, if only for sickle cell people that could be considered, then it would really help. Because I'm very sure out there are other people who are suffering, but they don't know how to go about it. But if it is made known, then I think it will be of good help.
In fact, when I was growing up, I was told that if I reach age 12, then I'd be lucky. And past age 12, then I'll be quite okay. But that never happened really. Okay, I became 12, I came 20, but I'm still suffering from the disease. Even though what I can say is that I became stronger. I became stronger, and I've seen a lot of difference in medication, because now we have things like Hadrea that were not there before. And that has really helped a lot. It's a condition like any other disease. So what I have to do is make sure I eat right, balanced diet, and take my medication as I've been told. I think the government is not aware that there are sickle cell sufferers or the numbers. So maybe they should sensitize people and make more people aware of the existence of sickle cell, and not to marginalize people, especially when it comes to jobs. Sometimes you do interviews, and when you're a sickler, then you're rejected. It is a sickness like any other. When we are up and about, we work as best as we can. Once in a while we are down, but that does not hinder us from working, putting an input just like any other person.
My first reaction, at least, I was a bit shocked, and I couldn't believe it, because in our family as a whole we don't have anyone with sickle cell. We are happy now that the media are here. We are really happy, and we hope that the government is going to take measures and assist us in a way or another, so that the medications can come down. They are quite expensive, and they get sick oftenly, so most of the time they miss school. And I mean, you really have to have heart, and most parents hide it out. They don't like telling people that they have children with sickle cell.
It's actually the second World Sickle Cell Day, and we have also combined it with the 100 years of sickle cell disease, because we know that whereas the first case was diagnosed, what we call officially documented, in 1904, but it was presented to the other doctors in 1910. And since this is 2010, we think now we are a century old. This is a day now that we want to go out of the box and allow people to know that this sickle cell disease is not elsewhere. It's with us in this country, it's with us with our brothers, it's with us with our sisters, and with our children. We know that if you go to the coast, especially around the Mijikenda group, we have a lot of it. And if you're talking about the courage of the gene, just a gene being in your body, is mainly found at the coast. And then from there we go to Nyanza. And Nyanza, again, we see a lot of people carrying the gene. And then Western Kenya. But if you're looking for the people who have sickle cell disease and they are walking in the street, the largest number is seen in Nyanza, and then Western, and then the coast. Many people think that sickle cell disease is infectious, that ukikaa karibu na mtu wa sickle cell disease utaipata. You can't. Sickle cell disease is a chronic condition, it's inherited. Both of your parents should have been carriers of the gene for you to have it. And so you can have your friend with sickle cell disease, you can talk, you can share, you never get it. Many of the African governments must now set up clinics in district hospitals, in provincial hospitals that just cater for sickle cell. And all over the world now, the concept is a comprehensive sickle cell clinic where you find all the experts in one house. To ask some of our friends who are lawyers, but they also come to our association, to put up something that we are now going to present to the Health Committee of our Parliament when this new constitution, if it comes or if it doesn't come, to tell them that we need a parliamentary act to be passed in this country that will ensure that there is good funding for the activities of sickle cell disease in this country. There's an adequate amount of research that is being done, and there's a good amount of care for these people, and there are special activities for these children when they go to school, and to ensure that these people are not discriminated upon when they start looking for jobs. Because in this country, if you went to a company and you had a medical and it showed that you had sickle cell disease, you will not be employed. There are those who are being employed without somebody knowing, but if somebody knows that you have sickle cell disease, much of the time you may not be taken. And we must have a law that says you cannot discriminate against somebody simply because they have sickle cell disease.